When I was in a state of mania, I recorded a ton of videos, probably dozens, that I uploaded to my YouTube channel. This is part 4 of a series where I react to those videos that I filmed and uploaded when I was in a manic state. And the reason I've been reacting to these videos is to highlight where I was and to show how far that I've come in terms of my recovery. Because I suffered a 6-month-long manic episode during my junior year of college, during which I experienced delusions, among them being grandiosity, and that Nazi agents were after me, and that I was an expert on everything. Those are just some of them. I experienced hallucinations. I would have hallucination phone calls with a military general who did not exist. I had disorganized speech, I had disorganized thinking, and when I was speaking to people, I spoke like a delusional auctioneer, where I would rattle off a series of thoughts that were nonsensical and completely incoherent. In this video, I'm going to be reacting to 2 videos that I uploaded while manic. One of them is titled, "LeBron is not a top 5 player. He's a top 10 teammate at best. 100 reasons why MJ still GOAT." And of course I have this privated because it's embarrassing. This particular one was uploaded February 7th, 2022. So that would be 6 days before I began treatment for my bipolar and severe mania. The other video we'll be reacting to that I also filmed and uploaded while manic is Logan Paul won both fights. Now, I have no idea what we're in store for here. I haven't watched these in an incredibly long time. I probably only watched them while I was in a manic state. I definitely only watched them while I was in a manic state. So I'll be reacting to these for the first time. And that's a little different what I did in the first 3 videos of this series, because in the first 3 videos of this series, we reacted to videos that were much longer. And as a result, I just picked apart selected timestamps that I thought stood out and that would be interesting to the viewer. But in this one, we're just going to watch these videos in full because one is about 7 minutes, one is about 3 minutes. And I'll give my thoughts as we go through them, and after we're done watching both, I'll give my closing thoughts and commentary. So this Logan Paul won both fights was 1 day after I began treatment. So at this point, I had been on a mood stabilizer for only 1 day. But why don't we get right into the video and react and see what we have here. So the first one, LeBron James is not a top 5 player. I'll read the description first because this gives an idea to my disorganized thinking. NBA Twitter, NBA Twitter, which speaks on behalf of all 100% true NBA fans all the time, is completely correct. Now that sounds like sarcasm to me. Sports analysis experts and professional players and fans who love this game and respect all talent are the ones truly wrong. LeBron is not top 5. Michael Jordan is not top 5. But in the title, I call him the GOAT. That's confusing. Stephen Curry is not top 5. Interesting. Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. None of them could handle a Larry Bird situation. The true GOATs of past era were Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, Pistol Pete, and Kareem. LeBron is not the true all-time scoring leader because 100% of his points were scored against worse competition and complete scrubs like Steph Curry, or even worse, the best all-around player in history, Kevin Durant, who will only win 7 rings tops if he doesn't change his humble attitude. I have made more baskets than 100% of NBA Twitter. Definitely not true. 100% of NBA Twitter cannot jump. That's also definitely not true. But this goes to show the state of mind I was in. So let's see what I actually said while I was in this state. What's going on, everyone? Tyler, Adolfo here. Your neighborhood, Tracy McGrady on the block. Let's get straight to the point. Look at LeBron James is not a top 5 player. I said it. Shoot me. Michael Jordan, you and your Republican friends, please tell them that was a joke. Kind of like this notion that somehow LeBron has not surpassed you yet. Of course he has, but he's not top 5. He's not the GOAT. Paul Pierce is. And Jason Tatum is the new GOAT in town, who will win a lot more rings than LeBron, who quite frankly all of his rings are completely legit. You know, LeBron took an extremely talented Cavaliers team all the way to the NBA Finals. And you hater fans will literally lie and say that that Ohio team was bad or high school players. No. They made... Alright, I genuinely can't tell if I was being sarcastic in this, or if when I was Manic I even had the insight to be sarcastic. I probably did, because I thought that I was an expert in everything, but wow. As you can tell, I'm completely incoherent. The things I say in the description are different than the things I claim in the title, and the things I claim in the title are the antithesis of what I say in the actual video. So I can't even keep my opinion straight. It's definitely coming across very bantery and sardonic to me. But let's continue the video and see what else we could see here. The NBA and achieve the dream of winning a championship. You probably never even won a high school game on your varsity team because you were too busy hating on Michael Jordan or laughing about the fact he didn't make JV. Jordan was the GOAT of his era, but he's not the GOAT anymore, not even close. He's stopping the GOAT the moment high school player LeBron James entered this league and carried it on his back from the moment he entered it and carried on that torch. You know, that's not to say that there weren't other GOATs along the way. Kobe Bryant, greatest player of all time, not even close. In terms of work ethic, people they always do this thing where they brush aside hard work and diminish it as only talent. Like, oh, Kobe Bryant was just so talented, and no, it wasn't the thousands of hours of repetition he put outside. When all those other kids in the neighborhood who had, who were bigger, taller, more gifted, so forth, far more privileged, far more cuddled, far more everything. Way after they went in, he was still outside, shooting his ball, perfecting his craft. Way after all the bullies in Indiana went home, Larry Bird was out there shooting thousands and thousands of times in the rain, in the snow, on the ice, in the storms, all the time. LeBron doesn't know what it's like to work harder than them and cruise by only on natural talent. Like, LeBron's never worked hard for anything in his life. You had Kyrie. Wow. That is quite the profound statement to make about someone who's an inspiration to millions and who is a billionaire. Wow. I can't believe I said these things. And I'm saying this as a Celtics fan. I have a lot of respect for LeBron. I have tremendous respect for LeBron and what he does. He has a foundation that helps kids get an excellent education, and it's impossible to hate on the guy, really. Win him a ring. You had Ray Allen, a Celtic, win him a ring. There's this trend you'll see where Celtics players under Celtics administration, whether it be Brad Stevens or Doc Rivers, literally hand LeBron his entire career. LeBron would be nothing without Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce, the truth, took him to school in a close runaway 7-game back and forth slaughterhouse where LeBron just simply underperformed and couldn't get the job done under pressure. Just like when he got swept, when his Cavs played phenomenal, perfect team ball, whereas LeBron thought that he was the only one who should shoot. He would pass the ball and say that it's his teammates' fault that they missed a wide open jumper. No, it's not. It's because it's your fault that coaches would tell them to only pass it to you. It's your fault that these other teams would quadruple team you. So don't even try that whole, I feel like I'm the GOAT because I beat an extremely choke artist, overrated Goliath Golden State Warriors team, which are extremely soft, and Curry is probably the most probably underrated three-point sharpshooter in the world, but he's only that because of the fact that he's hardworking, and it's just disgraceful. It's really disgraceful. Stephen Curry, just has mad respect for... It's so disgraceful that he's hardworking. Yeah, makes sense. For everybody, and it's that kind of weak
softball fairy tale stuff.
Notice too how I say 100 reasons why MJ is still the GOAT, and I'm pretty sure I haven't provided a single solitary reason as to why he's still the GOAT. Once again, how this title is antithetical to the content of the actual video. Let's wrap this up.
That just, I can't take it, man. You know, LeBron thinks that because he could thrive in any environment that he's the GOAT. I mean, he knows he is. He genuinely believes that him being more accomplished, more talented, and more hardworking than Michael Jordan makes him the GOAT. It does. But he's not top 5. And that's just a mythology we have to do away with. He's not even close to top 5, which is exactly why I think he'll win many more rings before he retires, including this year. That's all. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know your thoughts, facts only. We operate off data, facts, and stats here. None of that hater stuff.
What data, facts, and stats did I present in this video? I didn't see any.
So, as you know, your top 5, Jason Tatum, LeBron, excuse me, let me fix that. Active, Jason Tatum, LeBron, Jason Tatum, LeBron, Jason Tatum again, Kevin Durant, Kyrie. Swap LeBron with Jason Tatum again. I said what I said, and debate me live or cry in the comment section like a debate.
I'm so grateful that nobody accepted my challenge to debate live. That would have been extremely embarrassing for myself.
Status, but dispute a single thing I've said. Everything I've said is facts. You know that it's all true. If you disagree, still have an excellent day. And start listening to Stephen A. Smith and stop listening to Max Kellerman, who's overrated and is clearly way over his head running off cliffs day in and day out. You know, that's what Stephen A. Smith totally gets, is that Max is right. Tom Brady is off this cliff. Not just off this cliff, he's off this world down. Okay? And just to throw it in there, Charles Barkley, dude, you're not better than Shaq, man. You could have won 10 rings if you would have teamed with him. No, you had to make him an enemy. So that's... Dude, Charles Barkley could enter the league today and win a ring. I'm serious. If he partnered with Pierce. And Tracy McGrady. And Jordan. Peace.
Alright. So that was LeBron James is not a top 5 player. He's a top 10 teammate at best. 100 reasons why MJ's still the GOAT. Next one, and this one is much shorter. It is Logan Paul won both fights. Glad to see this only has 16 views. I remember posting these videos to my Instagram story to get people to watch them. And it was probably predominantly members of my social fraternity or former mock trial team, social fraternity or former mock trial team who ended up watching it. Thank God that not a lot of people saw these, but now here I am putting them up on my channel for the world to see. Logan Paul won both fights. Let's, as we usually do, check the description. Yes, I got receipts, but first, don't read jewishvirtuallibrary.org and PEEP. I wonder what that is. Instead, subscribe to CNN, most trustworthy source in news ever. Hashtag justice for Ron Paul. I was a huge Ron Paul fan when I was younger. I liked his anti-war stance, but that's a different story. Logan Paul won both fights. Let's see what I...
Hi, my name is Tyler. It's 10:31 at night, and for today's video, sorry, I need some water. I'm sorry. One more sip. Logan Paul won both the boxing matches. You know it. I know it. Everyone who says otherwise is a liar. Like, y'all just got played. This isn't even water. This is coffee. Oh, it looks like water to you? Well, it's impossible because, watch this. Now, this clearly isn't water because water is wet. Not wet is what I meant. Notice how the clothing go wet. Notice how my pant leg go wet.
I might have to make a short out of this, just Tyler Adolfo out of context, because this is making me die right here. And I'm not laughing to make fun of the situation. A lot of destructive things happened during my Manic episode. I lost my job, I lost my education, I lost all my friends. But it's hard not to laugh looking back at some of the things I said and did. I mean, and laughter, they say, is the best medicine, and I consider it a part of my crucial part of my treatment plan, so I might have to make a short out of that right there.
Water is not wet. Moving on. Boxing experts analyzed the Logan Paul fight and said that Logan Paul won. Not just the first fight, but especially the second fight. So why is it that only YouTube cancel culture will insist that KSI won the fights, that he's the people's champ? You're right, KSI is the people's champ. So much so that refs rigged it for KSI. Not out of fear of what KSI would do, because they saw that he's clearly not even capable of beating Logan Paul in a fight. Whereas Deji, Logan Paul would have another thing coming. But he wouldn't do that. He won't do that because he likes Deji and Deji's his friend. Whereas KSI just makes, platinum music albums that are just like blowing up everywhere. Just like the YouTube cancel culture best friends who are blowing up all of Ukraine right now. Oh, too soon? Too soon? Oh, it's my fault that you do that. Give me a break. I literally have family in Ukraine. It's personal for me, so you can get over it. If I can laugh about it, and if my family in Ukraine who are laughing about it, as
I do not have family in Ukraine, and this reminds me of something I said in one of my other videos that I filmed and uploaded while Manic, where I say that I am Jewish and that I am a Kennedy, which neither is true. So there were a lot of things I said that weren't true, but I genuinely believed. I adhered to my delusions completely and entirely. I adhered to my hallucinations. They were very real to me. And the things I said, I genuinely believed. Why I came to believe the things I did, I can't exactly pinpoint that. But I did. It happened. And wow, what a horrible thing for me to say right there.
Russian Nazis storm the streets of Ukraine and execute them, I think you can get over it too, okay? I actually think about people's feelings. You clearly don't, which is why you continue to lie and say Logan Paul lost. No, he didn't. He won both of the fights. You know it. FaZe leadership knows it. And quite frankly, I think FaZe leadership might be scared to say it. Not scared of what will happen to them, but what will happen to cancel culture YouTube stans whom FaZe Clan cares about. Thank you. Don't subscribe. I don't like you. Or subscribe. Do what you want. I don't care. But if you leave a nice comment, I'll say something nice back and probably pin it.
Alright, that's a pretty funny way to end a video, I'm not going to lie. I thought it was anyways. So that was called Logan Paul won both fights, and I somehow came to talking about Ukraine. I never presented much evidence to corroborate my claim that Logan Paul won both fights. I must say, as somebody who's watched both fights, I do feel like there's an argument that Logan Paul maybe won the first one, maybe. I thought it was more of a tie, to be honest. And I believe it was ruled a majority draw. The second fight, I think Logan clearly lost. I think KSI really came through and dominated that fight, to be honest. But that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative and interesting to take a look at what the manic state of mind of Tyler Adolfo looked like. So I highlighted these two videos because I wanted to let you know that my delusions and the things I was talking about while manic were not all geopolitical related. There were an eclectic range of topics that I discussed both in person around people and online to an online audience. And this is just a pin drop to compared to the things that I posted on my social medias. I posted some truly horrible and embarrassing things, and I still feel a lot of shame about it because it was embarrassing. And I'm highlighting these despite the fact that they're embarrassing because I want them to serve hopefully as a tool for other people to learn from and maybe spot the signs of mania, disorganized speech, disorganized thinking, which you clearly saw a lot of here, and hopefully that I can help aid and assist other people who find themselves in similar circumstances to maybe recognize the signs of symptoms that they're experiencing and so forth. So that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have an outstanding day.